Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. At the 21-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got a man, complete. A big connection on that one, 32 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackled by A.J. Epinesa. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Wentz. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Flush to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Touchdown, Colts! Kylen Granson from 10 yards out. And the Colts will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Zeke going to get it on the option.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And some space here. Stephon Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now Wentz. And this one is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team. But he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there have been a lot of coaches who've made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
And that will be incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down per minute and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
2nd and 11.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's got the hookup with Diggs. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gain there for the Bills. On play action. Now Carr. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bills on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
14-7. Tyler
after the touchdown. Bass to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage. He's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
And off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Shotgun now for Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. A big gain there for the Bills.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now a play fake. Carr. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big gain there for the Bills.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Elliott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Again, it's Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. Carr, a quick throw, it's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
throw for it on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Bills have broken the tie.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
14. Tyler Bass to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Wentz now on 1st down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. A give to Elliott running left. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
The kick by Bass is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Brings up second and 8.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
A gain of 3, second down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
On play action, it's Carr. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain there for the Bills. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Carr now on first down. Incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
14. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return is Hines. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
and the offense at the line and set to go. They fake the give. Now Wentz.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Carr going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And the Bills first down.
Carr now on 1st down. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Here's Carr to throw. He'll buy some time right. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. and they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. You have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Now 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
On the return is Hines. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down now. It's Hines, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
On play action, Wentz.
To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Touchdown!
Michael Pittman,
28 yards.
And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And that will cut this lead down to 13.
Next, the score, Bills 34, Colts 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Carr. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
To throw his Carr. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The Bills on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Room past the 20. And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Wentz now on 1st down. That ball caught by Campbell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Wentz on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You see this a lot when quarterbacks can't find anyone open. They wait in the pocket, then eventually they just air one downfield because they want to avoid the sack and maybe a little bit of frustration. That one winds up incomplete.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Cedric Wilson, 39 yards. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead will shrink to 6. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Come to the line to start their next drive.
And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 65 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Colts are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what?
There he goes, right side. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage.
Well, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. Well, you knew you